कृतं तदीयेषितानेषु भक्तिर्जिता त्वं पुनः प्रेमातस्तं सता वृत्तिवन्दे वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षावधिं वा न चान्यं वृणेऽहं वरेशादपि हा इदं ते वपुर्नाथा गोपालबालम् सदा बेमानस्य वीरस्तं किमन्ये इदं ते मुखं भोजमत्यन्तनीलेर्वृतं कुण्टलैस्निग्धरक्तैश्च गोप्य मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बारक्ताधरां मे मनसि अविराष्टाम् आलां लक्षलाभे नमो देवादामोदरानन्तविष्णो प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजलाब्धिमग्नम् कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्यातिदिनं बतानु गृहाणे क्षमामाज्ञां यदि यक्षिदृश्या कुबेरात्मजौ बद्धमूर्त्यैव यद्वत् त्वया मोचितौ भक्तिपजौ कृतौ च ततः प्रेमभक्तिं स्वकं मे प्रयाच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मेऽस्ति दामोदरे हा नमस्ते स्तु दाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिदाम्ने त्वदीयोदारायत विश्वस्य धाम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियायै नमोऽनन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यं हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे.
Good job. Very nice. Thank you, Beta. Very good. Very good singing. Okay, I see more kids joined. Shivam, please turn on your camera. See Sahasra, Dhatri, Shrika, Shloka. All right. Let's get started with the prayer now, all of us. कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपाकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमो पङ्कजनाभाय नमो पङ्कजमालिने नमो पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रये ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवसादि गौरभक्तवृन्दा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, good morning, welcome everyone. I see today we have two friends together. You had a sleepover, Chetna and Shloka? Very nice, lucky you both. All right. So, how many of us have done the homework from last week? Yes, good job, Nivan Vedang. I saw yours. Supreet, good job. Okay. So, I want you all to just share what is that you learned from the last three verses. If you have to tell in the high level, what is the message you got? You don't have to tell me, oh, Krishna says I'm sunshine, I'm moonshine. But how did it change you, or what is that you have got because you know Krishna is all these things in all these places? How did it change your perspective, or how does it help you, or how did you apply it? Yes,
Auntie,
Nishka,
can I share? Oh,
raise your hand and then we can go in sequence.
okay.
Nishka, you want to go?
Yeah, so after like learning these three verses, um, it like changed my perspective about like how I look at things, how I look at the moonlight, how I look at the moon, and how I look at the sunlight and like that.
So, what do you think when you look at the moonlight and moon now from before?
Before I just used to think it's so pretty, but now I think it has like an inner meaning more than just it looks. So like
What is the inner meaning?
so I don't remember that though.
Okay, we'll move on. I think you know what it is, but we'll give others chance to speak. Thank you. Nivan?
It's like when I look at like the moonlight, the sunlight, and when I taste water, I always like remember Krishna. It's like always in my mind that oh, Krishna produced this. This is from Krishna, and this
Oh,
fragrance of the earth. Krishna created this. Krishna created the earth. So that's why we're smelling all this fragrance. And
so you are able to remember more, Krishna?
yeah,
Nice. It is helping you become more mindful of Krishna, is it? All right, thank you. Sahasra?
So, this was actually a pretty easy task for me because I wrote the newsletters for the elementary school, and then they went over some verses 7 through 10. So Mataji was talking about it in that class with the little kids. She kind of broke down verse 7.9 for like how each line exemplifies. Oh, sorry, this was for the invocation prayer. I would read that wrong. But what I learned from that class was how Krishna is the light of the sun, and the sun will never differentiate. So it'll rise to every person on the globe, just like Krishna will never differentiate with his devotees. He's the moon because when there is darkness, there's always a light that never fades. He's the syllable Om in the Vedic mantra, a powerful vibration. Krishna is the sound of ether, meaning whatever white sound we hear. And I know you asked me like this question about white sound, but it's kind of like sound frequencies that just always exist, but we never really paid attention to them. But it's kind of like how Krishna's always exists, but we have to like broaden our minds to pay attention to that. So, and how Krishna is the ability of men, because whatever we do is because of him. So with our abilities, we have to serve others.
Very beautiful points. Nice. Shrika?
So before chapter 7, I would have said that I don't necessarily always keep Krishna in my mind because sometimes, yeah, I just don't keep him in my mind all the time. But this taught me that it's impossible to forget Krishna because he's within the things that surround us, like the smell of the mud and grass and flowers, and he's within the light of the moon and the sunlight. So yeah, he's just all around us. So it's impossible to forget him.
Yes, impossible to forget him. But for us, it's becoming impossible to remember him, is it not? That's what we have been until now. It's impossible to remember Krishna because we have been looking at things without thinking about Krishna, right? But now it becomes with this knowledge, we will be forced. Is that right word? It's not forced, right? We will become more cognizant or more conscious of Krishna everywhere, isn't it? Okay. Anything else? Anyone else wants to add? Who can tell me all the three verses from memory? Hmm? No one? Oh, what? You're disappointing me. Yes, Chetna. Close your eyes and tell us.
I think I can only do the first one.
I said three. Why? What? Why not all the three? Remember once when I think 2 weeks ago, everyone did the first verse. I was so happy. I was thinking, you made me so proud, all of you. Continue doing this. That's what I said. And what happened after that? Who can tell three verses? Quick. Nobody? Supreet, I think you can. Nivan, what happened? I thought, Nivan, you're on top of things, right? Yes, Vedang, go ahead.
प्रसवनं सुकान्ते प्रभास्मि शशिसूर्ययोः प्रणवसर्ववेदेषु शब्दके पौरुषम्यषु पुण्योगन्धपृथिव्यं च तेजश्चास्मि भावशः जीवनं सर्व जीवनं सर्वभू जीवनं सर्वभूतेषु तपश्चास्मि तपस्विषु बीजमां सर्वभूतानां विद्धि पार्थ सनातनं बुद्धिबतामस्मि तेजस्विनामहम्.
Amazing. Good job. Very nice, Vedang. Who else wants to go? Supreet, I know you can do it.
I only know 7.9 and 7.10. I forgot to learn 7. I wasn't here for 7.8 and I forgot to learn it. That was my mistake.
Okay, tell us 9 and 10.
पुण्योगन्धः पृथिव्यां च तेजश्चास्मि विभावसौ जीवनं सर्वभूतेषु तपश्चास्मि तपस्विषु बीजं मां सर्वभूतानां विद्धि पार्थ सनातनं बुद्धिमतामस्मि तेजस्विनामहम्.
Okay, thank you so much. Very nice. Who else? Ishi?
I think I can do 7.8 and 7.9.
Okay, go ahead. Quick.
Can I have the starting word?
Rasoham.
Rasoham apsukonte pravashmi shashi suryo
Pranavaha.
pranava sarvavedeshu.
All right, you can revise and come next time. Nivan?
रसोऽमप्सुकान्ते प्रवास्मि शशिसूर्ययो प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु शब्दके पौरुषं ऋषु.
Next.
What is the first word?
Punyo.
पुण्योगन्धपृथिव्यां च तेजश्चास्मि विभावसौ जीवनं सर्वभूतेषु तपश्चास्मि तपस्विषु बीजं मां सर्वभूतानां विद्धि पार्थ सनातनं ते
Buddhir.
बुद्धिर्बुद्धिमतामस्मि तेजस्विनामहम्.
Awesome. Very nice. Good job. Yes, Chaitana.
Okay. Rasoham apsukaunteya prabhasmi sasisuryayoh pranavah sarvavedeshu sabdah ke paurusham nushu.
Good.
Can I have the starting word?
Punyo.
Punyogandha pritivyam cha
Tejas.
तेजश्चास्मि विभावसौ जीवनं सर्वभूतेषु
Tapas.
तपश्चास्मि तपस्विषु
Awesome. Good job. Next one.
बीजं
Bijam.
बीजं I don't know it.
Jamam.
Oh, बीजं मां सर्वभूतानां. Is that right?
Correct.
Oh, बीजं मां सर्वभूतानां विद्धि पार्थ सनातनं बुद्धिर्बुद्धिमितम् अस्मि तेजस te I don't know.
All right. Good job. Tejas, Tejas, Vinamaham. Awesome. Dhatri.
I learn all of the three verses, but I don't think I can recite them from memory unless I revise.
Okay. How about Ria? At least one verse, Ria?
I think I can only do the first one.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's do one verse quickly.
Asahamapsakonteya prabhashmi sasisuyaha pranava
Yeah.
sarvavedeshu sabdake
Paurusham.
parshamnisu.
Awesome. Good job. What about Sahasra, Shrika, Shivam, Nishka? Can we try at least one verse? It's not hard at all. It's only thing we're not setting our mind on this task. That's it. You people are so intelligent and you all do so many amazing things. And why are we making this a big deal? This is not hard at all. It's only that we have to set our mind on it and dedicate our time to it. 5 minutes every day, not more than that. Can we try from this week at least? Huh? All of us, please, let's try. Okay, now let's move on to today's verse. Suprit, can you share Gita Wise website and let's go to chapter 10. We'll be doing chapter 10, text 20. If it's not there, go to Veda base, Suprit, better.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Yeah, take your time. Till then, we can do Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
I'm
Hare.
ready.
Okay. All right. Now we have to go to chapter 10 because
10.
we have handpicked verses where Krishna says, I'm so and so. So next verse is in chapter 10.
Oh, 10. Okay. Okay. Wait, which one?
Chapter 10, text 20.
20? Okay. I didn't hear you the first time. That was my bad.
All right, good. Okay. So now Krishna is going to talk some more things about himself as to how he's spread across in the universe, how he has manifested into various forms, various things, various items that we experience in our life. And now this verse also talks about some of those features. So repeat after me. I'll be doing line by line. I'll pick Supreet to read after me, and I will do that 3 times with 3 different people, and then you all can take turns, lead and repeat. Okay. अहमात्मा गुडाकेश
Ahamatma Gurakesha
सर्वभूताश्रयस्थितः
Sarvabhutashaya Stitaha
अहमादिश्च मध्यं च
Ahamadishcha Madhyam Cha
भूतानामन्त एव च.
Bhutanamanta Evacha.
Good job. Next. Riya, repeat after me. अहमात्मा गुडाकेश.
Ahamatma gudakesha.
So we have to be very careful about the lines on top of the vowels there. So aham atma gudakesha
Aham atma gudakesha.
Sarvabhuta Shayastitaha.
Sarvabhuta shayashitaha.
Sarvabhuta Shayastitaha.
Sarvabhuta shayashitaha.
Stitaha.
Sitaha.
Aham Adishcha Madhyam cha
Aham adishcha madhyam cha.
Bhutanam Anta eva cha.
Bhutanam anta eva cha.
Vedang. Thank you, Riya. Vedang. Aham Atma Gudakesha
Ahamatma Gurakesha
Sarvabhuta Shayastitaha
सर्वभूतस्य सर्वभूतस्य स्थितः
अहम् आदिश्च मध्यं च
अहमादिश्च मध्यं च
भूतानामन्त एव च.
भूतानामन्त एव च.
All right, thank you. Supreet, come on, lead now, and somebody else repeat. Take turns swiftly without confusion and do it quickly so that we don't lose time. Go ahead, Supreet.
Ahamatma Gudakesha
अहमात्मा गुडाकेश
Sarvabhutashayastitah
सर्वभूताशयस्थितः
Ahamadishcha Madhyam cha
अहमादिश्च मध्यं च
Bhutanamanta eva cha
भूतानामन्त एव च अहम् आत्मा गुडाकेश
अहमात्मा गुडाकेश
सर्वभूताशयस्थितः
सर्वभूताशयस्थितः
अहमादिश्च मध्यं च
अहमादिश्च मध्यं च
भूतानामन्त एव च.
भूतानामन्त एव च अहमात्मा गुडाकेश
अहमात्मा गुडाकेश
सर्वभूतस्य स्थितः
सर्वभूतस्य स्थितः
अहमादिश्च मध्यं च
अहम् आदिश्च मध्यं च
भूतानामन्त एव च
भूतानामन्त एव च अहमात्मा गुडाकेश
अहमात्मा गुडाकेश
सर्वभूतस्य स्थितः
सर्वभूतस्य स्थितः
अहम् आदिश्च मध्यं च
अहम् आदिश्च मध्यं च
भूतानामन्त एव च
भूतानामन्त एव च
Let's
अहम्
do the third line again, Shrika. You lead and Sahasra repeats.
अहम् आदिश्च मध्यं च
Sorry, second line. Second line.
सर्वभूतस्य स्थितः
सर्वभूताशयस्थितः.
सर्वभूताशय स्थितः. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now you can lead Sahasra.
Okay. अहमात्मा गुडाकेश
अहम् आत्मा गुडाकेश
सर्वभूतशय स्थितः
सर्वभूताशयस्थितः
अहमादिश्च मध्यं च
अहम् आदिश्च मध्यं च
भूतानामन्त एव च
भूतानाम् अन्त एव च अहम् आत्मा गुडाकेश
अहम् आत्मा गणाकेश
सर्वभूताशयस्थितः
सर्वभूताशयस्थितः
अहम् आदिश्च मध्यं च
अहम् आदिश्च मध्यं च
भूतानाम् अन्त एव च
भूतानाम् अन्त एव च अहम् आत्मा गुणादेश
Hold
अहम्
on again. Hold on. Say that again, the first line.
अहम् आत्मा गुणादेश
You have to read what is there slowly, line word by word.
अहम् आत्मा गुडाकेश
Guda Kesha. The D has a line there, dot under it. So it's going to be D sound. Guda Kesha.
गुडाकेश
Again.
अहम् आत्मा गुडाकेश
अहम् आत्मा गुडाकेश
सर्वभूतस्य स्थितः
Sarva Bhuta Shaya. Okay, let's break it up. Sarva Bhuta Shaya Stitaha.
सर्वभूताशय स्थितः
सर्वभूताशयस्थितः
अहम् अदिश्च मध्यं च
अहम् आदिश्च मध्यं च
भूतानामनन्तेव च
भूतानाम् अन्त एव च अहम् आत्मा गुडाकेश
अहमात्मा गुडाकेश
सर्वभूताशयस्थितः
सर्वभूतस्य स्थितः
अहम् आदिश्च मध्यं च
अहमादिश्च मध्यंश्च
भूतानाम् अन्त एव च
भूतानामन्त एव च अहम् आत्मा गुडाकेश
अहम् आत्मा गुडाकेश
सर्वभूतस्य स्थितः
सर्वभूतस्य स्थितः
अहम् आदिश्च मध्यंश्च
Aham adishcha madhyam cha.
भूतानाम् अन्त एव च
Bhutanam anta eva cha. Aham atma gudakesha.
Aham Atma Gudakesha.
Sarvabhutasya stitah.
Sarvabhuta Shayastitaha.
Aham. Wait, what?
Aham Adish.
Adishcha madhyam cha.
Aham Adisya Madhyam Cha.
Bhutanam anta eva cha.
Bhutanam Anta Eva Cha. Aham Atma Gudakesha.
Aham Atma Gudakesha
Sarvabhuta Stitaha.
Sarva Bhutasaya Stitaha
Aham Adisya Madhyam Cha.
Aham Adishya Madhyam Cha
Bhutanam Anta Eva Cha.
Bhutanam Anta Eva Cha Aham Atma Gudakesha.
Is everyone done? Okay. Ahamatma Gudakesha
Sarva Bhutasaya Stitaha
Sarvabhutashayastitaha
Aham Adishya Madhyam Cha
Ahamadishcha Madhyam cha
Bhutanam Anta Eva Cha.
Bhutanamanta evacha. Thank you, Vishnu. Now I will let Shivam read the translation slowly, loudly, clearly. Shivam?
I am the Super Soul, O Arjuna, seated in the hearts of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings.
All right. Thank you. So now again, Krishna is telling something new here, in addition to whatever he spoke in chapter 7, the 3 verses that we learned. Yes? What is new here? First of all, he's saying, I am the super soul, O Arjuna. Now, the words that we read, did we see the word Arjuna anywhere? But then the translation says Arjuna, meaning some word in the verse refers to Arjuna, that is Gudakesha. Time to note it down, all of you. Krishna is not calling Arjuna directly as Arjuna, he's calling him as Gudakesha. And what does Gudakesha mean? One who has conquered sleep. So Krishna in this verse specifically calls Arjuna as Gudakesha, refers to him as Gudakesha, meaning one who has conquered sleep. At one time, there's a pastime where Arjuna was requested by the demigods to fight against the Asuras that they were being troubled by. The war went between demigods and Asuras for a very long time. They were unable to defeat. So the demigods, knowing very well that Arjuna is a great archer and he's very, very, very perfect archer, right? So they requested Arjuna to come and help in that fight with the Asuras, Asuras meaning demons. And Arjuna goes there and fights with them without sleep for several days and nights. And that's possible only if you are that great warrior, that great determination, right? And of course, you have to be blessed to be a successful person. So Arjuna was the special warrior who had this power of keeping himself awake when needed. And that also indicates sleep indicates ignorance or sleep indicates laziness. Of course, sleep is needed for all of us for a few hours to keep ourselves refreshed and energized after we have worked for some hours, right? But beyond that, if any one of us is sleeping more than what is needed or just lazing, then that is a sign of ignorance. So here Krishna is trying to inspire Arjuna by reminding him of his great qualities. Because Arjuna in the battlefield was beginning of the Bhagavad Gita when Krishna started speaking, Arjuna was confused and he was in tears because he didn't want to fight this war with his own cousins, his uncles, his gurus, his father. So he was in a very low state of mind. And whenever we are in a low state of mind, if we are surrounded by people who can inspire us, who can motivate us. Now, I need Chaitanya and Shloka to be focused, please. Okay. So whenever we are depressed or whenever we are low, in a low state of mind, for achieving something, right? Whenever we have some tasks and we're overwhelmed by those tasks, or we're confused about how to do those tasks, does that happen to all of us? It happens, right? Sometimes when we are like, we want to do it, but it feels like insurmountable task, or it feels like, I don't think I can do it, I should give it up. And that was exactly the situation for. Shivam, can you put your camera in such a way that I can see your whole face? Please put it down a little bit. Thank you. So when we are in that situation, we have to choose to surround ourselves with people. What's going on, Shloka and Chetna? Are you all? What is funny? Are you? Tell us, share with us the jokes or whatever funny things you are seeing, so that we can also have some fun. Huh? You're on mute if you're speaking. Okay, I want you all to focus. Okay, can we focus for the next 30 minutes, 27 minutes? Okay, so what was I saying? So whenever we are in a low state of mind, we need to surround with by people who are able to encourage and motivate us, who are able to empathize with us, isn't it? Rather than saying, "Oh, you are you're trying to run away from your challenges, you're being lazy, or you're giving excuses." Instead of that, if somebody is able to empathize with us and then remind us of our past achievements, right? We all have done great things in the past. We are all sharp and smart kids. So somebody reminds us, then we will be able to get the confidence. And Krishna is doing that here to Arjuna. He's telling, hey, Arjuna, you're Gurakesha. You're a conqueror of sleep. You're a conqueror of ignorance. And here you go. These are again my other features. And he says, I am seated in everyone's heart, in every living entity's heart. He's not saying only human beings. Krishna is saying, I am seated in every stitaha. He's saying, aham atma gudakesha sarva bhutashaya stitaha, meaning I am seated in everyone's heart, every living entity's heart. What does this mean to us? Whenever now that we know Krishna is saying he's seated in everyone's heart, how does it change our perspective? Does it ever change, or you're not able to even visualize or think about this fact of Krishna? So I see Vedang's hand up. Yes, Vedang.
So it says like it's like Krishna. So we are technically Krishna, but like we're not like him. We're not like the super soul. So like we cannot like compare with him, but like we may have qualities as him, and like um yeah.
Okay.
So like he's all around us.
He's all around us. In all living entities, and he's within us also, within each one of us, right? So what does that help me? In what way does this piece of information, help me or change my perspective? Yeah, Vedang. Yes, continue, Vedang.
It shows that Krishna is like closer to us, and
Awesome.
like
Very
he's
nice
like with
point. Yeah, very
around
nice
us.
point. You can hold on to that point. That is good point, and we'll give others chance. So Krishna is very close to us, as opposed to be thinking, oh, Krishna is somewhere. Maybe I will see him or reach him when I do something, isn't it? So yeah, that's one good point. Krishna is very close to us. I hope all of us are noting down. Yes, you can put your hand down, Vedang. Thank you. Yes, Nivan. What do you think when you?
So Krishna's our super soul father, right? He's our father. So
Yes.
how would you act to your father, like your parent?
Oh, yeah. Very
You have
nice.
to be like thankful and happy that you actually have a parent. So we have to act like that to other people too, like because Krishna's in everyone's soul, right? So
Awesome.
we have to act like that to everyone.
Very nice. So if we remember Krishna is in everyone's heart and in my heart too, first of all, I will think Krishna is very close in my heart and the Supreme Father is with me. And second, we think that it's not only in me, Krishna is in everyone around me. So I have to be in a mood of thankfulness or gratefulness or nice. That is one superset word which we can say, that being nice to everyone, right? Because we don't see Krishna, but Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita that I am situated in everyone's heart, right? And because Krishna has stated a fact about himself, we have to trust that. We have to have faith in that. It's not like, oh, I hear it and I just let it go from the other side of my other ear and I just forget about it. That's not the goal of what we are doing here. The goal of what we are doing here is we are learning some things about Krishna, which will help us remember him more in our daily life. So next time we come across people who are annoying to us, who are challenging us, who are bullying us, who are being mean to us, of course, we have to protect ourselves. However, we also have to be conscious of the fact that Krishna is within that person's heart also. How you're going to act might not change right now because it's so new, this concept or this thought. But just by remembering this person also has Krishna residing in their heart is going to change our handling of that situation for a good reason, in a good way. Just remember it. You don't have to worry about, oh, now am I going to change my behavior? Am I going to change the way I talk? Of course, all those need to happen, but it is not like a switch, right? Just like when you turn on the switch, the light gets turned on. When you turn off, the lights get turned off. It's not as easy as turning on and off a switch. Here, it is about first step is to remember Krishna, especially in those scenarios where we are being troubled by people around us. How many of us have people who trouble us or who bother us? Do we have anybody like that once in a while at least? Wow, all of your hands are going up, except Ishi's. So we all come across people who are not at the same frequency, or somehow or the other, they make us feel bad, or they are the neglectors, they belittle us, they insult us, they don't make us inclusive, isn't it? That is the biggest problem, right? Not being made, people not making us inclusive of their activities or of their groups is one big thing that everyone faces. Yes or no? Now, since you all face that problem, do you all make others inclusive? Because if we don't make others inclusive, they will also feel same about us, isn't it? Okay, so again, we're distracting from the point. I'm distracting from the point. So the point here is just remember that Krishna is everyone's heart, and then our perspective will slowly start changing. We will see Krishna and we will think, oh, this person is behaving in such a way because maybe I'm doing something bad, which I'm not able to realize. Something in me annoys that person, maybe, or maybe I'm not able to see that part of me. That is one step. The second thing is, oh, I'm doing everything fair, but still I'm experiencing this type of behavior from this person, then maybe it's something which I have to just silently accept, but avoid that person. Don't have to retaliate, because when we retaliate and when we try to do a tit for tat, it's more like ending up in a fight and in a disturbed situation, a prolonged disturbed situation. If we ignore wherever it is possible, not if somebody is bullying us to the extent that it's hurting our ego or our self-image, we have to definitely go speak to adults, elders around us. But majority of the cases will go smooth if we ignore, we don't pay too much attention to those things and focus on what is true goal of my life. Because Krishna is situated in their heart, and if they're doing it, I don't want to be really mean to them. But I'll protect myself. Right? What do you think, Vishnu, about this point?
Yeah, I think it's definitely
You
true.
can turn off the screen sharing. You can stop screen sharing, Supreet.
Like
Thank you.
if someone does something wrong, uh you shouldn't think like down of them, but you should try to help them, and you should use that as an example of what not to do like later in your life.
Very nice. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's a wonderful realization. What not to do is also we learn from people who are doing bad things, right? Because we know it hurts me, and if I do the same thing, it'll hurt others too. So I will not do like this. Very good point, Vishnu. Thank you. What about you, Sahasra?
Kind of like what I learned and from this verse.
What do you think about this point when Krishna says, I am situated in everyone's heart, in every living entity's heart?
In every living entity's heart.
Mhm.
I mean, again, it's kind of like showing how he's like omnipresent. And I was taking some of these notes down, and he has like direct involvement in like existence and like maybe like that consciousness in every entity.
Nice, very nice, very
Yeah.
nice. So one key point here is Krishna is saying, I am seated in every living entity.
Oh, right. We were talking about this in class, so I think so. It's not like just humans itself. We were talking about how like in plants and in animals as well.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
what does that mean? We'll move on to another person. That's the clue for the other person to speak. So it's not only about Nivan, you're done. So we'll give opportunity to others. Is that okay? Those who didn't speak. Yes, Shrika, what does this mean for us?
I think it means that we should be treating those things like we would treat actual human beings.
Yeah, very nice. Because most of the times we are only, see, for example, we started the discussion thinking about how we have to be nice to others, how we have to be respectful, thankful, grateful for everyone around us. But we should also be conscious about the living entities that we come across, right? Not hurting them. Of course, unknowingly, if we do, we cannot. First, it is knowingly we should avoid hurting other living entities because Krishna is residing in everyone's heart. Harming animals for our sense gratification. Some of us choose to uh, eat the life of other animals. We want to eat meat, and we think that that's going to give me fun and taste for my taste buds, right? But that is at the cost of killing another living entity. So we should choose not to harm other living entities. And then for coming to trees also, right? We should be very careful about the resources that we use. Main resources that we get from trees is the cardboards, papers, and all, right? So we should be very conscious. See, you all are future of this world. You are now and going to be soon responsible adults as you go to a high school and then go to college. You start making your own decisions, and all the decisions that you make should be based on what we learn from Bhagavad Gita. This fact might be very subtle that Krishna is present everywhere. Oh, I can see him. Yeah, he's present everywhere. Yes, I will be thankful, grateful to everyone. I'll try to be nice. But then every action that we make also, we should see whether we are abusing the nature around us, or are we contributing to making the nature better around us? If all of us, if all each one of you thinks and acts in that way, there's less pollution, there's less wastage of resources in terms of paper usage, in terms of how many of us order Amazon things? So many Amazon things, more easier to order. And just imagine every Amazon order comes with its own package. If you order 10 items in a week, I get 10 boxes. And these 10 boxes are coming from where? From trees. And then I use them and I take my product and throw this away into the trash. And who knows where these boxes are ending up? Are they being recycled? Are they just going into trash? And if they're not being recycled, I'm having to use another tree to make that cardboard, right? Rather than going to the store and buying with reusable bags again. Am I using plastic for all the groceries that I'm shopping? Can we remember and put some reusable cloth bags in my car so that I don't have to use more and more plastic? This is all type of thinking that you all should be doing you should have all these values in your mind so that when you grow up you become responsible user, responsible consumer. Because eventually, what will happen if we all don't think, and you all also, your generation also doesn't think, then few generations down the line, all the natural resources will be gone. And that's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. And Prabhupada, in the translation of one of the purports, says that poverty in the world, what do you think poverty is caused? What is the reason for poverty?
There's
In
like a
some
limited
countries,
amount of resources.
yes, Vishnu, what is?
There's a limited amount of like resources.
Yes, generally people attribute poverty to overpopulation. But Krishna has provided abundantly all the resources. But poverty is because we are using those resources irresponsibly. When we don't be responsible for what we are given, then somehow or the other we should be taught that, hey, you're not being responsible. And therefore, there should be some consequences. Otherwise, we'll continue being irresponsible users. And Krishna to teach us the lesson that yes, there are abundant resources, but if you don't use them properly, carefully, in a mood of gratitude and thankfulness, then you will have to take the consequences of your irresponsible behavior. And that is where we land up in all these natural calamities, in these famines, in poverty, whatever hurricanes, tornadoes, all these are because we are, as humans, behaving irresponsibly. Animals don't have a chance to behave irresponsibly because their knowledge, intelligence is limited to just using the resources that are around them in a way that they can fight or hunt and get the resources. They don't make technological advancement. They don't build concrete jungles. They don't try to dig deep into the earth and excavate all the coal or all the gasoline, everything from. We are going overboard with the intelligence that we have, that we are only looking at, oh, I'm going to get all the oil by digging the wells deep into the earth. But what consequences it will have eventually down the line, several years later? And how and am I using those resources responsibly without greed? Another important thing is not being greedy. Greed is the one that is actually leading to poverty. I want to hoard more for myself. A rich man becomes richer and a poor man becomes poorer. So the other day we were talking about what is true success. Bridget was saying, right? True success is something which we do, which helps myself and also the people around me, also the environment around me. That is success. And then finally, we said the complete definition of success has another point. What is that? Does anybody remember? In addition to saying that success is doing something which helps me and which helps others, we also said one more point. What is it, Supreet?
Success is something that not only helps everyone around us as well as like ourselves, but it also helps us like connect with Krishna more.
Awesome. Beautiful. That is the true and complete and absolute definition of success. There is nothing beyond it less than that. It helps me become a better person. It helps the society that I'm living in become better while connecting me with Krishna, while reminding me of Krishna, while making me humbler and more thankful and grateful. That is success. Okay, so this point, though it's so subtle, where Krishna says, I am seated in everyone's heart, has so much depth into it that every choice we make can be based on this, remembering this fact. Right? Sunshine, moonshine, yes, when there is sunshine, I will remember. Moonshine, I will remember. And when I drink water, I will remember. But remembering the fact that Krishna is in everyone's heart is something which is constantly happening. He's in my mother, he's in my father. I have to be respectful to them, not only because of the relationship, but because Krishna is there. What if one of your favorite person, whoever it is, you always wish to meet? Tell me one of the person. Each one of us has different person, right? For me, it is Srila Prabhupada that I always, if at all, if I have a chance to meet somebody, then I would have said, I want to meet Srila Prabhupada. Because that I am right now engaged in learning, reading all the Prabhupada's books and all that. But when I was a student like you, if I had known Prabhupada, probably I would have said Prabhupada, but because I didn't know, I would have told some other name. What is that inspiration for you, that inspiring person in your life who you would want to meet? Can you tell me, Vedang D?
I don't really got anyone.
You don't have anyone?
No, not that I don't meet, you know.
Oh, but you don't. I mean, if you're given an opportunity, then tell us one person who you want to meet and you have never met. It could be a sports star, a singer, a musician, whoever, right? Somebody who inspires or you are inspired, amazed by.
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, let's see. How about Shivam? Who do you think you would want to meet?
I'll say Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant. And then why? Why do you want to meet him?
I mean, because we can't really meet him anymore, and like he's my favorite player. So
But what would change for you, or what would you okay, if he comes and he's
like, what would I ask him?
if he's no, if he's in your audience, how would your behavior change from what you normally are? Would it change or would it be the same?
No, it would be the same.
It would be the same? Are you sure?
Yeah.
I mean, you want to see, you have somebody who you are a fan of, and then you want to fall in his notice, right? So you have to do something different, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
I
make
meant.
myself stand out.
That's what I meant. How do you, like, you would do something to stand out, or some,
Yeah.
and that thing to stand out is not in a negative way, right? We can stand out by doing wrong things, and we can stand out by doing good things too. So when you want to impress somebody who you like the most, you would do something which you think they will be impressed by. Yes or no? Similarly,
Yeah.
now that you know that Krishna is in everyone's heart, and there should not be a bigger audience, our ultimate audience is Krishna, boys and girls, whether you believe it or not. Right now, you might be having different faces, different people, but yes, Sahasra, you can drop. What time is your class? It's at 11:15. Okay, you can drop.
11:15, yeah.
So right now, we might not know too much about Krishna, and therefore we are not desiring for Krishna to be our audience. But ultimately, in our goal, the only person whom we have to please, the only person we should be fan of, the only person whom we should be really in love is Lord Krishna. And therefore, by knowing the fact that Krishna is in everyone's heart, we want to behave in a way that he's impressed by us. Isn't it so? That's what I'm trying to get at when I said, think about a person whom you like the most. Vedangdi, does it make any sense or no? Vedangdi, I'm talking to you. You're on mute.
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess it makes sense, yeah.
It makes sense, right? So just think about a favorite person of a person who we want to meet, and what would you do to stand out in a positive way? You would try to behave in a way that he likes you based on your behavior. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Krishna is actually in everyone's heart. So Krishna is in everyone's heart, and therefore he is. We have to remember that and behave in that way.
Yeah.
Makes sense, everyone? Okay. Now let's go to the next part of the translation. Supreet, if you can. Okay, Supreet, you can read the next part, second part of the translation.
I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings.
Oh, then now Krishna is saying he's the beginning, he's the middle, and he's the end of all beings, meaning every living entity. Just as he's seated in everyone's heart, he's also the beginning, the middle, and the end. That means Krishna is accompanying us throughout. He's the cause of our birth, he's being the maintainer, and he's also with us while we are at the end, when the show comes to an end. Whenever a show, we can stop sharing, Supreet, now. Whenever a show happens, what happens? There's a beginning. For those who participate in an annual day of Gita wise, there was a beginning, there was a middle, and there was an end to it, right? And the beginning was made up of all the practices, intense practices we had for all the dramas and dances. And then the stage was set. We all got on stage. While performing on stage, we had some middle, that's the middle, right? And then end, finally it ended. So throughout, Krishna is there. When we are born, he's there with us. He is there maintaining us throughout our life. From the time we are born, we are growing, we are doing things, we are contributing to things, we are growing old. And then finally, when it comes to an end, also Krishna is there with us. That means Krishna is there. The only thing that is constant in our life is Krishna. Of course, there is this saying that the only thing that's constant is change, isn't it? But we have to write another sentence. The only thing that is constant throughout in our lives is Krishna. Make sense? Krishna is there always with us, even when we're alone, even when we're in troubles, when we're in happiness, when we're in distress, when we are overwhelmed with joy, overwhelmed with misery, distress, whatever. Krishna is there with us all the time. So that should make us think that Krishna is there and he's going to guide me. Only thing I have to do is turn toward him. Krishna is waiting to guide us, but he won't guide us until we ask him. Because he doesn't want to interfere in our freedom. He doesn't want to force anything upon us. He's going to but he's there ready to help us as soon as we turn toward him. Yes, Nivan.
It's like your best friend. They're always like ready to help you, right?
Yes, like the best
Yes.
friend who's
Like,
always, that is the definition of a friend. A friend is one who's there for you all the time, who will help you all the time, and who will support you all the time, who will cheer you all the time.
or also like your parent or your sibling, or they'll always help you.
Correct.
Like whoever you think of that you know, most likely.
Right. You're right. How does this help us now, knowing that Krishna is, of course, it is in sync, in line with where Krishna said, I am seated in everyone's heart. That means he is there at the beginning. He's also talking, Prabhupada in the purport talks about creation, the whole creation process. You're leaving the class, Vedang, now? Vedang P?
No, but like if I have, I'm running out of charging. So
All
if
right.
I run out, if I
No worries.
randomly cut off.
Yeah, no worries. So Prabhupada in the purport talks about the creation process. When the creation happens, Lord Krishna expands into Mahavishnu, and Mahavishnu expands into Karnodakashayi Vishnu. Karnodakashayi Vishnu is the Vishnu who lies on the causal ocean, and that's the beginning of creation. From this Vishnu, body pores come out universes. Into each one of those universes, again, Karnodakashayi Vishnu extends and enters as Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. And each of these universes, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu has this, is also again lying down, and then from his navel comes the lotus flower. And the lotus flower is where the birth of Lord Brahma happens, who creates all the living beings. And then once Brahma creates all these living beings, this Garbhodakashayi Vishnu again enters into each one of them as Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, as super soul, as Paramatma. And then finally, these living entities live their life and give up their body, and then Krishna is there at that time too. So in other words, Krishna is there at the beginning of creation, while the creation is getting maintained and while the creation gets annihilated overall. And then within each individual's life too, he's there when we are born, when we are growing, when we are old, and when we are again giving up our body. So these are the main points for today's class. So think about it, contemplate, and write your realizations by knowing these facts about Krishna. All right? Please ensure you're coming to the class on time and you don't miss classes, because one of the formula for success is being consistent. Without consistency, you will lose interest in the subject. And if there is no interest in the subject, there is no possibility to understand and also to be able to implement. And the goal for all of us here is, this is supreme knowledge. There is no knowledge beyond this. It's the king of all knowledge. It's not complicated too, unlike your calculus or algebra or whatever AP exams you're taking. So complicated, right? But this is important. The king of knowledge, at the same time, it's fundamental and basic knowledge, which we all have to know. Just like when we buy a gadget, right, or an equipment, we get a manual along with it. Most of the times we don't care to read it, but when we read it, we will know how to efficiently use it, what to do if any problem comes, what is a quick fix, or what are the ways you should fix it. All those things we will know if we read that manual. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita is the manual for us. When we read the Bhagavad Gita, we will be able to handle our life more efficiently and have enhanced experiences. Nivan, you had a question?
Oh no.
All right. Okay. Thank you all for your time. We hope to see you next Sunday, same place, same time again. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thanks everyone. Hare Krishna. And please memorize the verses.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Bye.
Hare Krishna.